When asked if Rand is short for anything, he says no, but if it was, it would be Randomocity. Some guys lift weights to become big and buff. He waits for new movies and is a movie buff. He listens to bands that don't even exist yet. His show is on Tuesday nights at 7, but he prefers an hour after 6. He is the most random person on the radio.
I don't usually listen to the radio, but when I do, I prefer Power 91. Stay tuned, my friends.
That was the Used, I Caught Fire, here on Power 91, and you just tuned into the Randomocity Show. This is Rand, your host. Haha. Well, anyway, last week, what did we do last week? Oh, we do the same thing that I do every week, which is talk about music and movies. If you have just tuned in with Randomocity, I just basically talk about the M&Ms, and the M&Ms stand for music and movies. In between the musical breaks, I'll play music that people like to hear or they haven't heard of before, and just talk about it a little bit. And then in between the breaks, I'll be talking about some of the movies that I've seen or want to see, or I think would be good for you to see, because I want to make sure that you get your money's worth when you go to those expensive theaters out there. $8.50 a movie. Man, that is crazy. Might as well just download them. Maybe. if you want to. Anyway, also another thing about my show is that I have what I call the Rand list and the band list. The Rand list is when the movie is Rand approved and you definitely should see it, and it's worth your time and money to see it. And the movies that are on the band list, this is the BANNED, not to be confused with the BAND. Of course, I do talk about bands, so I do have another sort of band list I talk about as well. But anyway, with this type of band list, this one is the movies that are not really they're not Rand approved. Like, I didn't really like it, and I think you shouldn't spend or waste your money on that as well. So yeah, that's my spiel on that one. Oh, talking about spiels here. For the upcoming month, which is February, I'm going to be doing if you've ever seen Jay Leno on TV, and he does his little jaywalking stuff, he goes to random people and just asks them random questions and to see if they know the answer to the question that he's asking. And sometimes they get it right, sometimes they don't. I remember this one episode that I saw of Jay Leno where he asked this one old guy, like, how many states are in the United States? And the guy surprisingly answered that there's 52 states. So, I don't know if he got it. He definitely got it wrong. There's 50, by the way, if you didn't know that. And if you didn't know that, you're not American, sadly. But yeah, he just got it wrong. I think he probably got confused with the extra 2 states being Hawaii and Alaska. That's understandable, but still, you can count. I mean, who can't? But anyway, so I'm going to do something like the jaywalking thing with Jay Leno, but I'm going to call it Random Walks. And what I'm doing is I'm interviewing people on and off campus about Valentine's Day. Or if you are single, you'll know it as the Single Awareness Day. And the sad thing... funny thing about Single Awareness Day, like, there's nothing happy about it. Even the acronym is sad, to put it straight. So, yeah. But anyway, I'm going to interview random people, and all they have to do is say something that they like or dislike about Valentine's Day or Single Awareness Day, or just give dating advice, or even talk about what they like or dislike. I've already interviewed a few people, and I've got some good comments on there. There was one girl that said that they didn't like their dates texting while they're on the date. That's an absolute no-no, and it won't get you a second date, by the way. So yeah, so I'm gonna be interviewing people like that, and the key is, like, after I record them, I'm going to be recording them with my little voice recorder thingy, and then I'm going to ask them what's their favorite love song or favorite song they would like to hear on the radio. And so they're going to have their little quote there and a little music number of their choice that's radio appropriate. I already had one song that one of my friends wanted to request, and I listened to it earlier today, and it's definitely not appropriate for the radio, so I'm going to have to get back to him on that and say that he has to choose another song, or I'm going to have to choose for him or something. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to do, and if you see me on campus doing that, be prepared to know what you're going to say about Valentine's Day. I don't even know what I want to say for Valentine's Day. I already reached my singlehood, my single anniversary. I've been single for over a year now, which is okay. I've been dating around, but I just haven't tied down to anybody yet. Not that I'm planning on right now, but I'm just one of those guys that if it happens, it happens, and I'll just take whatever happens, and I'm not going to waste my time with anything like that. So yeah, okay. So that's my spiel here, and I'm going to also for the show, the music that we're going to be listening to is by The Used, and the reason because of that is because The Used has this new song that's coming out in March. Well, they already have it out. You can buy it on iTunes for $1, but I already got it, but I'm not going to play it now. I'm going to play it at the end of the show, so I'm going to be playing some Used songs to get you ready for that one song that's coming out. That's already out, but it's going to be part of their album that's coming out in March, I believe. I think it's March 17th, if I am not mistaken. But yeah, anyway, Coming up next is another used song, and this one is called The Bird and the Worm. Here on Power 91, you're listening to The Randomocity Show. I like how this builds up. It's kind of scary, though. But here you go.
He wears his heart safety pin to his backpack. His backpack is all that he knows. Shot down by strangers whose glances can cripple the heart and devour the soul. All alone he turns to stone while holding his breath after death. Terrified of what's inside, to save his life he crawls like a worm from a bird. Crawls like a worm from a bird. Out of his mind, the weight pushes him whispering, must have been out of his mind. Midday delusions are pushing this out of his head, maybe out of his mind. All alone he turns to stone while holding his breath after death. Terrified of what's inside, to save his life he crawls like a worm. Crawls like a worm from a bird. Crawls like a worm from a bird. Crawls like a worm from a bird. Crawls like a worm. Crawls like a worm from a bird. All he